Greetings from South Korea. I am Arirang News AI anchor. Here is the news-making headlines today. President Lee Jae-myung and Japanese Prime Minister Hyundai Takaichi have discussed bolstering cooperation on the economy, AI and people-to-people exchanges. They held a summit in Japan's Nara Prefecture on Tuesday. He noted the importance of finding common ground between South Korea, China and Japan for communication and cooperation. This comes amid renewed tensions between Tokyo and Beijing. The leaders also discussed complete denuclearization of the Korean peninsula and reaffirmed the importance of Korea-US-Japan cooperation. Also agreed was conducting DNA analysis to recover the remains of Korean forced laborers who were killed in flooding in 1942 at an undersea coal mine in Japan. South Korea's Trade Minister Yoh Han-gu, who is currently in the United States, met with key American figures on Monday local time to clarify the intent behind Korea's digital platform regulations. Yoh reportedly met with Republican Congressman Daryl Issel, who recently criticized Korea's moves against Kupang and alleged hostility against U.S. companies as a result of the regulations. He also met with U.S. law firms advising the Korean government and joined a roundtable with related interest groups to outline the legislative intent behind the recent passing of the Communications Network Act. South Korea's benchmark KOSPI closed at a record high of 4,692.64 on Tuesday, up 1.47% from the previous session, extending its winning streak to 8 consecutive trading days. The rally was driven by growing optimism over physical AI investments, with Hyundai Motor leading the gains. Shares of the automaker hit a record high, surpassing the 400,001 mark. This was fueled by the company's unveiling of its humanoid robot Atlas at the CES 2026, highlighting its push into AI and robotics. Gains rotated across sectors, with chip stocks retreating on profit-taking, while buying interest spread to battery shipbuilding and defense shares. Gold prices surged to a new all-time high on Monday, with February gold futures hitting a record $4,638 per ounce, up 3.1% from the previous trading day. Silver futures for March also hit an all-time high on the same day as it surged 8.2% from the previous trading day to $85.84 per ounce. According to experts, the rally to a new all-time high was driven partially by mounting concerns over the independence of the U.S. Federal Reserve, as well as other market uncertainties. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell said Sunday that the U.S. Justice Department had issued him with grand jury subpoenas related to testimony he made to Congress on renovations to the Fed's headquarters. Powell said the move was politically motivated and related to disagreements over the Fed's interest rate policies. Sales of Korean museum goods reached an all-time high last year, riding the global wave of interest in Korean culture. The National Museum Foundation of Korea said on Tuesday that sales of its merchandise brand Mutes reached $28 million in 2025, nearly double the revenue of the previous year. The growing popularity of museum merchandise has also boosted interest in the National Museum of Korea, which drew 6.5 million visitors last year. The foundation said it plans to expand into the global market by strengthening cooperation with overseas museums and linking its products with major international events, including the Milano Cortina 2026 Winter Olympic Games. That is all from me today. Thank you for watching.